Have you ever looked at the map of the United States and wondered why the vast majority of Americans live in the eastern half of the country? Today we're diving deep into the fascinating reasons behind this demographic distribution. This is the 100th meridian, an invisible line running from north to south, roughly splitting the United States in half. Interestingly, about 80% of Americans live to the east of this line. Let's explore why. To understand the present, we need to take a look back at history. The settlement patterns of the United States were significantly influenced by historical events and geographic features. The story begins with the original 13 colonies, all located on the eastern seaboard. These colonies were the starting point of European settlement in America, providing a foundation for future growth. These early settlers built their communities along rivers and coasts, which were crucial for transportation, trade, and sustenance. The Atlantic Ocean provided a direct route to Europe, fostering economic and cultural connections. As the nation grew, so did its boundaries. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 and subsequent westward expansion opened vast tracts of land. However, the eastern regions remained more densely populated due to their established infrastructure and resources. While events like the Gold Rush and the Oregon Trail spurred westward migration, the East continued to dominate in terms of population. Factors like fertile land, industrialization, and urbanization played crucial roles. Geography and climate have also significantly influenced where people choose to live. The 100th meridian roughly marks the beginning of the Great Plains. To the west of this line, the terrain becomes more arid and less suitable for agriculture without irrigation. In contrast, the east boasts fertile soils, abundant rainfall, and major river systems like the Mississippi, Ohio, and Missouri rivers. These factors have made it an agricultural powerhouse, supporting large populations. The western regions are more prone to extreme weather conditions such as droughts and dust storms, making large-scale farming and settlement more challenging. Economic opportunities have historically been more abundant in the East. The Industrial Revolution took root in the Northeast, with cities like New York, Boston, and Philadelphia becoming economic hubs. These cities attracted workers from rural areas and immigrants from abroad, boosting their populations. Today, many of the largest corporations, financial institutions, and industries are still based in the East. This concentration of economic activity continues to draw people to the region. Infrastructure development and urbanization are other key factors. The early development of railroads, highways, and ports in the East facilitated movement and trade, further enhancing the region's attractiveness for settlers. Major cities like New York, Chicago, and Atlanta offer diverse job markets, educational institutions, and cultural amenities, making them magnets for people seeking opportunities. Cultural and social factors also play a role in population distribution. The East Coast is a melting pot of cultures with a rich history of immigration contributing to its diversity. This cultural vibrancy attracts people from various backgrounds, enhancing the region's appeal. Additionally, the East is home to many of the nation's top universities, museums, and historical sites, drawing students, tourists, and professionals alike. Government policies and investments have historically favored the East as well. Early federal investments in infrastructure, such as the Erie Canal and the Transcontinental Railroad, initially focused on connecting the East with the rest of the country. Even today, federal spending on infrastructure defense and social services tends to be higher in more populated areas, creating a feedback loop that continues to attract people to the east. While the east remains densely populated, there are signs of change. In recent decades, cities in the West and the Sun Belt, such as Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Dallas, have seen significant population growth due to factors like milder winters, lower cost of living, and emerging industry. These trends suggest a gradual balancing of the population distribution through the East is likely to remain dominant for the foreseeable future. So, why do 80% of Americans live east of this line? It's a complex interplay of historical, geographic, economic, and cultural factors that have shaped the nation's settlement patterns over centuries. Understanding these factors not only gives us insights into the past but also helps us appreciate the diverse and dynamic nature of the United States today. If you watched the video until the end, subscribe, like and share with others. G4